What do I think about, those vlogging cameras? Well, right now it's very popular, kind of popular. This one, Sony ZV-E1. So I think if you look at the memory, you look at this 300 MBs, 300, 299. Excuse me. So basically they are suggesting 300. Now that's kind of a little bit strange to me. So if you look at specs, ZV E1 specs. If you look at specs, let me see. Some way good and some way strange. So suppose this one, I like this one. So it's 222. No, that's for HD. This one 600. So it has this format I guess, or S1. So I would say that card cannot record this one. This 300, yeah, I guess 250. I would go a little bit more. Okay, this one okay. If you have 300, this one okay. This one okay, but right to the edge. But this one, how are you going to record? So if this one is used for external, then you need to buy, if it says 14-bit, oh, that's for still. So if there is external recording, because here it doesn't say it, that's a Sony side, doesn't change it. So with this one, it's not clear to me. 600 Mbps. All this look good. This one looks like on FX30 or FX3, but they have CF Express, but this one doesn't. I'm not sure how. You see this one, slot SD cards. Honestly, I've never seen card 600 or more. It doesn't say about CF Express. So this part is kind of strange to me. I do like it. I do like it. This camera, it sounds like everybody's talking about, look like FX3. Yeah, FX3, but no, not CF Express. So if I put 300 card, this one automatically would be like a black color probably, and this one too, because your card is 300. So it will not give you a choice to choose. You probably can choose this or this, or both. So if it's 299, this might don't work even. Probably only this one. So now if you go 1080p, yeah, you can do it. Or those formats with low Mbps. So this is kind of like, in some way good and some way strange to me. Now what else I think? I think actually this is not bad camera. EV10. EV10. How about specs? Okay, EV10 specs. Sony. Recording images, movie. Now this one, looking. This one 420. I see a lot of 420, but it's not too bad. 420, let's say, I've seen like 200. That's 20. This is 4K. 4K, but because it's a camera, cheap one. So it has this one, 420, 100 Mbps. It will be just like many cameras on the market, those small ones. But this one has a bigger sensor. This one 24 megapixel, but this one is APS-C. This is not 1 inch, because many of the smaller cameras, those, what they call them, those vlog cameras. Many of those vlog cameras are 1 inch sensor. 1 inch sensor is some of those action cams. They have one sensor. They are not really good for the evening or night. Daytime is okay, but this one APS-C is a little bit bigger one. So for APS-C in general, it is much easier to find lenses. But for that one, 1 inch, I don't know, many people kind of look, they go APS-C or full frame, because low light is no good. But this one is kind of like 1 inch, but you'll get more light, more better low light performance. If you don't want to spend $2,000 on camera, because that is not only $2,000, that is full-size lenses. Full-size lenses cost more money, and they're bigger and heavier. So between full size and between 1 inch, this is kind of in the middle. This camera actually in low light would be better than 1 inch. So yeah, it is 8-bit, but there are many, most of them are 8-bit. So now if you look at it has 4K. I'm looking at 60p, 60 frames. Well, they have 60 frames. They have for like 4K, I don't see anything. 60p, crop or not crop. So for this one, HD, they do have 50p. That's for PAL, and probably 62. So 50, yeah, no, let me see, PAL 50. Yeah, 60. So basically for HD they have 60 and 50p. For 4K they don't have it. It doesn't say anything about they have with a crop. So if you want a 60p, you shoot in HD. Otherwise, if you want 4K, you need to shoot with 30 or 24p. Now it's okay for the low light is okay. Now 1 inch. I think okay camera is it's called ZV-1 Mark II. So what I like about this one, this is 1 inch, but if you look at Sony professional phone, let me show you. Sony Xperia Pro 1 2 oops Pro 1 2, they will say, you see, image sensor. So image one, that is 1.0, it's a 1 inch image sensor, and they consider that for Pro phone. So basically this camera has 1 inch sense, which is considered as Pro. So this Pro actually is better than iPhone at night. And now this camera you can buy at cheaper price. This is on Sony side, but you can buy probably for $699 or whatever. So I would choose you actually white color. For the sun, white is better. Keep cool. If you live like down south, the white one is better for overheating. So what I like about this, it has a sensor, but it's stacked sensor. About this item. How about this? Okay, specification. So that particular sensor is a stack sensor. It means rolling shutter. So if you move left and right, you should not have poles going this way or this way, or trees, because when you move camera, you have this look. So that stack sensor is only for the best of cameras. Suppose I see that was ZV-1 2. Okay, hold on. Stack sensor. So you see, stacked SMOS sensor. So that sensor, only the best cameras come with it. You see, cameras with this one, R3 is like $6,000. A1, it's top of the line, probably 5-6 grand. Oh, the range is like 5-6, starting maybe 4 something. Okay, the lowest is like 2.5 grand and going up to 6 grand. Stacked sensor. And then they put that stacked sensor. There are more items. Okay, more items. So now if you look at more items, if you don't like rolling shutter, but because it's 1 inch, it's kind of like the phone. So if they have the same, that's how you look. I actually like this one. Well, you can check more, but I don't see this one. Stack sensors. So for rolling shutter, ZV1, but now I like ZV2, ZV12, this one. That is old one. So suppose you look at this one, camera. Again, 1 inch. Now this comes with zoom lens. That's a good camera too. It comes with lens already. 24 to 20. But this one, this would be like a 1 inch. It's like 1 inch action cam or 1 inch phone. So the quality would be like a phone. If you don't like to use the phone, you use this one. So if you drop that one, it's not that bad as you drop your iPhone 15 Pro. You know what I mean? So because this doesn't cost that much. This costs probably $600. So I suppose I like this one, ZV, the 2. It has this one, you see, 18 to 50. That's what I like. That's a wider angle. This camera you can hold. That one might be good, but the lens is 24. You need to hold more far away. Let me see. That was 6, right? What did it say about this? So that would be range for rolling shutter, which could be better than many phones, and 1 inch better than many phones, because most phones don't have 1 inch. It's only one Pro phone. So some expect, I think, some kind of, I think that EZ-V10 second Mark II they expect, but here there is no Mark II. RX. So you can check on it if you're interested. But all this A9, those are expensive. This is $2.5 grand. This is all more. Kind of lower price, I would say this one or this one. How about this one, G5? This one's stacked. And now the 24. Nobody talk about this one. It could be a good camera actually. So this one is 24. 24 is okay, but the good thing about this is 2.8. You see, G5X. This is 2.8, but this one, Sony ZV, is you see 4. So some people might don't like 4, but honestly you don't use, for this kind of camera you don't use the 50 millimeters really. Most likely you're gonna use wide angle. Another thing, this particular Canon, it could be better for stabilization. So if you want, check on it. Because Sony is not really good for stabilization. If they have that additional one, it will crop. So if 1 inch will crop, that would be like, you know, it's very small image, I guess. So RX 24. So I would actually, out of those small ones, out of the small ones, what they call webcam 1 inch. I like this one, ZV-1 2, because of 18 millimeters starting point, and this one, Canon, is starting 24, but it goes up to 2.8, and this could be a possibility of better stabilization, optical image stabilization. See, maybe I should consider that one, because I'm thinking if something goes wrong with my action cam, I might buy this one. I don't really do big actions, but this gives you more things than action cam. So basically either this one or that one. But I like that part, optical image stabilization. And already you have this one. For APS-C, you would need to buy a lens. So I would suggest, for Sony ZV, if you are buying, considering buying ZV-E10, so that one is, like I said, it's APS-C. So for APS-C, it's a good lens. For wide angle, it's Sony 11 1.8. So with this one, 1.8, you're gonna have, first of all, good light, 1.8. The second thing, you will have full frame equivalent of 17, and even if you will add additional crop because of extra stabilization, it will go from, let's say, 17 to 20 or 21, but the sensor is bigger than 1 inch. Even if because of the it will go down to 1 inch, but you have everything, stabilization better and everything, and you have lens allowing to do that, because many of them, they start at 24, this could be less. But if you don't use that additional stabilization, it would be wider. It would be like similar to 18 or 17. So, but more light because sensor is big. Okay, what else do I think is good? I think this one, it's quite interesting model. Well, today they talk about vlogging. To me, this is kind of vlogging. It has like a body reminding like FX30 or FX3, but it doesn't have the stabilization. No, not stabilization. It doesn't have the ventilation. And stabilization could be different, because all those new models, this is kind of new model, all those new models, they're starting to come with a little bit different stabilization. So whoever was saying, oh, Sony is this or that for stabilization, most likely they mean the older one. The newer one is different. Why this is interesting for me? Well, interesting model. First of all, they have this is called 7C Mark II, and they have model like this one, the silver, see the silver on top. I like that it has that classical look of 80s, I guess, or beginning of 90s, or 90s even. It has this kind of chrome look, or metallic look. I think it's pretty cool. And it has like, you see those for the rings, you put rings, for the strap. It's kind of old look. Anyway, so I go to specs. Now, why it's interesting? Because it's kind of like that vlogging camera, like easy one, the white one I was showing. Well, that one, first of all, don't know look like this. But second thing is, that one is somewhat different. It has certain things attractive, but this is a little bit different. First of all, this is 33 megapixels. It is more megapixels if you wanna take pictures. If you this is more like a hybrid camera. When the camera is like going with kind of higher photographic specs, it becomes more hybrid. Like, let's say FX3, it's not really hybrid. Today nobody really need 12 megapixels. It's good for video because of certain processes, but for taking pictures, 20 megapixel maybe 5 years ago. Today people look at 35, 50, 60, or medium format 100. So today, I know, like when you zoom in 3x, many 20 megapixel cameras, they are showing you dirt. Some people say dirt. It's very muddy. It doesn't look good. Dirty. So anyways, I do like, first of all, I do like the 33 megapixel. And this is full frame. So, like I was saying, there is easy 1 and then easy 10. 10 like crop sensor. This is a full sensor. Now, what I like also, well, let's say outstanding 4K 4:2 10 bit. Yeah, this is outstanding, but this would be in 35, Super 35 format in crop sensor way. This camera is kind of like a big competition to the Lumix S5 Mark II X. In some way, Lumix is better for ventilation, but this one is better for some other things. So that's a tough competition. If you don't shoot long time, this could be better. It gives you more. But expect overheating. This one you cannot shoot like the whole day. Like if you have a studio, people keep talking there for 2 hours or 3 hours or whatever interview. With this one it can overheat. So this is not really for professional use for long interviews, but it's more like for the travel or just for yourself without travel. You just shoot, few seconds. Normally in Hollywood, if you look at the movie, they change the either location or angle or whatever every like 5 seconds, 3 seconds, 7 seconds. So this camera is okay for like few seconds and then other angle, kind of that shouldn't. Don't expect push the button and it's gonna record the whole day. So because this ventilation is not really ventilation. I don't see any, those slots or holes, whatever. So, and I've seen some movies, this one with 1080p, it can overheat after like 1 hour or something. Well, 4K is less. So you assume even somebody push to like 2 hours with 1080p. You know, in studio 1080p overheating 2 hours, it's nonsense. So basically it doesn't have that ventilation fan or slots or whatever, but it's just for, let's say, vacation. You don't stand and look for 1 hour at the same building. You just shoot short clips, like few seconds. It's okay, and then put in some kind of bag. I would prefer like white color if I'm in Hawaii or somewhere, like white color or light color, not like black color, otherwise the whole bag would be hot. So anyway, you see this one, stabilization with up to 7 steps. So this kind of newer cameras, they're starting to have those 7 steps of compensation. Before it was less. And then there is also that active mode, but it will crop. So that's why in some sense it's okay to have full frame. You can sometimes use it to your advantage for the crop and a little bit more stabilization. Suppose I got like 18 millimeters lens, and sometimes it's okay, but sometimes too much distortion. So I click, and suppose I record like 4K 24p, it will not crop, but I just click on this, it will crop a little bit. So it will not be basically 18, it will be maybe 22, whatever that crop is. So that's like additional, but I don't like to crop too much. One is okay, but I don't like to crop to 35 and then another crop to another one. I don't like the double crops. So anyway, it has well, it offers raw files, which is some cameras don't. So it's kind of for professional, kind of smaller professional way, it's okay. If you don't plan long time interviews, this could be okay to travel, even for professional use. As seen it on, this is kind of a popular cinematic look. And they have different presets you can choose. This one is good, AI based. They have that framing and they have autofocus. I've seen AI is used for autofocus during the dark time. It's very helpful, because what happens when your lenses, suppose I have 5.6, I had that before 5.6, like suppose I have 300 or 400 lens and I put it's like f4, it's okay, but if I put on teleconverter it might go to like 5.6, and with 5.6, if it's like getting dark like sunset, the focusing become problem. It start to hunt. Focusing does not have enough sensitivity and understanding, so the after focusing is basically not really usable. So this AI, when they started to use this AI, when it's used for the dark, this dark time, evenings, nights, I think it's pretty cool. That AI understands the shape of the head and the body, so basically it's not using those previous hunting ways. It's using AI to understand the head and all that, and then it's used for autofocus. So it's pretty cool. Now I think it's pretty advanced kind of thinking. Now I'm looking at well, they have anti-dust system. Many have it. Okay, durable magnesium alloy body. So it's not a plastic. This one, if you drop, it will not like crack in half. It might have a dent, but it will not like, you know, like those cheap ones. You drop it, it will have a big crack. And after that, you don't know what to expect. Anyway, now I need to look at formats. No flash ball. So it has good formats. So like this one is kind of like FX30, FX3, but I would say also like Panasonic S5 WX. Why? Because if you want to shoot 4K 60 or 50, it will go to Super 35 format. That would be like Panasonic. But with Panasonic you don't have 33 megapixels, you have less. And no AI for the dark time, for the focusing. So this is pretty outstanding focusing, supposed to be. Now format, I like this one, SI 4K. So this one you see 422 10-bit. I like personally 50 frames. Some like 60, but I like 50. Or like 48, like cinema. Anyway, so with 500 Mbps. Now this is very questionable. Most likely because this is not a CF Express card kind of body. You need to have SD. I've never seen, I think I have one time, I've seen one time Lexar is making 512 Mbps. It's not a CF Express, it's a SD card. So to me, if you have 300, as soon as you put 300 card inside, when you want to choose format, most likely it will be like black and it might give you 300 or 250, whatever, 240. I think that's how it works. They've made kind of in advance for the future cards probably, because I've seen already one with 500 that Mbps, but if you need to search hard, but you can find it. So but I was searching for 600, you cannot buy it. So basically for today, if you buy 300, then it will give you a choice for Mbps. You choose from that, whatever is your card will give you. That's how it works normally. Okay, now, and then I do like they have HD. This is XI HD or full HD. Anyway, it's all full 422 10-bit, 60 or 50 frame per second, like say 60 frame per second, 222. So this Mbps a little bit more than many other cameras, because for HD they might give 150, 100. This goes over 200, it's kind of pretty good. Or 185 for 50p. So I do like that Netflix 240. So I'm kind of looking what's closer to 240, so this one is good. This HD would be better than many other HD, because many other HD probably they offer like 50 or 100 Mbps. This would be 200. So if you have a card like for 300, it should be pretty good. Now, so this sometimes I just use HD. HD is good. First of all, it's easy for editing. The computer doesn't work hard, and I believe this this format, especially 42 10-bit, for YouTube it's enough. Many people have that one format, but not 422, most likely 420 and 8-bit, and they don't have Mbps, so your HD would look even better. It might look like the 4K probably. So I believe this is pretty good too. This one S1 for HD and S1 for 4K. But this would be SI. It could be Latin I. Anyway, SI or S1. Anyway, another one is this one, pretty good. 240. So if you can get like Netflix, suppose Netflix they require this would be 4K, and you decided to record in 24. No, that's 25p. You know, they should have 24 even. So you suppose not sure about 2398, there is no 24. You record in Europe in 25. So 25p 250. So this 250 is above Netflix 240. This is a pretty good format. But this would be like 35, Super 35, which is not bad, because some Netflix cameras are actually they're Super 35. So with this recording, be it 50p or be it 25p, 60p, even 30p 240. So that's meeting. Basically, this is meeting the Netflix requirement. But they cannot really suggest probably that camera because no ventilation, because professionals should work a long time. But for a short time, it's kind of meeting those requirements. The better one would be DCI. It's like over 4,000. The same version, but 4,000 by whatever. You know, the DCI format a little bit more. Anyway, what else I can say? I do like, actually in some way I do like the idea it's switching to Super 35, because for travel, if you don't like to have big lenses, then you can put APS-C lens on it. So suppose I have Sony 11 millimeters 1.8. Realistically, I cannot put that on full size sensor, you know that. But if it's cropping to Super 35, then I can use that lens. So it's 11 millimeters, but equivalent to 17. But suppose you cannot find 17, or if you can find 17, it will not be 1.8. Most likely, well, I found for this one, I found 2.8 is pretty good. You can find 4 f4 or 2.8 or something like that. The problem is many times for professional use for the cameras, photography, lenses are made for the full size sensor. because mostly in the past all professional equipment was 35 by 24 for the film. So all cameras, be it Canon, Nikon, Olympus or any other one, they had that size. So all lenses were made for that size, and today when it comes to professional photography or video, they have big choice of professional lenses for that particular sensor. Now when it comes to like crop sensor, it's kind of hard to find professional lenses. You would need to buy basically either professional full-size lenses and then put on your camera, but that one kind of strange. I think this one is better. You put on normal camera and then camera will crop and change whatever for the light changes, whatever. So it's all made for that. So you can put suppose I don't want to vlog with 17 1.8 full size. It would be a big lens, heavy. I just put that one and record on Super 35, and I put 60 FPS or 50 FPS 4K. Because of 4K it will look good. So in some way I like it actually, because I believe the full size sensor, like on EZ1, people say overheating. It's probably overheating because of too much is going. There's no ventilation there, and they probably want to use for a long time. They keep blah 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 on the street, probably standing there for 1 hour, and camera is not designed for blah 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 for 1 hour. You know what I mean? So I think when Super 35 is going, it's gonna last longer. It's not gonna overheat that much. It's more reliable, I think, my opinion. Now, if you want, normal size, you just shoot like 4K 30p or 24p or 25p, and then you have lens for that full size. So in some way this is better than FX30, because for X30 to find lens it's a problem. You would need to buy the normal lens, but that normal lens is not really made for that, small body. So like if you look at 14 millimeters like Sigma 14 1.4, it's pretty good for crop sensor, 14 1.4. So it's equal like, I don't know, whatever, 20 millimeters, but it's so big and huge for your small camera. But they have nothing like that for crop sensor, because pros don't really use it, so many people don't make it. So in some way this is actually a good decision, like for yourself. I think it's very good. You have 30 megapixels. This camera costs like 2,100, and suppose Lumix costs like 17 something, let's say 1,800, so like $300 more, maybe 400. But you get this autofocus is kind of interesting for the night. I believe it's good autofocus, and it has very good those Mbps. I like it, because with Lumix you cannot get those high Mbps over 200. So this Mbps would be up to standard of Netflix. Basically you can have Netflix if you shoot like let's say full size 24p with those high Mbps. This is kind of next Netflix meeting the requirements camera, but because of overheating you just use for yourself for a short time, but you can make good stuff with it. Or even 35, super 35. See, this is full frame, 35 by 24, 36 by 24. Now another one, if you don't mind to spend like $500 more, it's pretty much the same gonna be, but if you don't mind to spend for more megapixels, there is A7 C and then R. A770. Well, here's $2,999, but some people are selling for $2,500. This, I like silver too. I would choose silver. I think it's cool, especially if you travel like to hot country. I like silver is better. It's not so crazy hot. So this would be, you can make this like a Gucci camera. I just want to know what is that. Oh, they have 300, so they offer $299. Oops, I don't need to buy. I don't need to buy, sorry. Round click. I just want to see. Specs. I think if you don't mind. What is this? What if I don't want to buy? Okay, I understand. I click on the wrong one. Okay, this one. Oh, this. So this one is 61 megapixel. But there is a, for pictures good, but for videos it's not that good because too much information is going. It's pretty much rolling shutter is affecting rolling shutter. So your trees or poles might go like this, or walls. You need to move slowly. Don't try to move fast. Let me see. So this one again, 7 steps. Now, active mode stabilization. This with crop probably. Yeah, this crop. Now it has raw. Raw means you can use for, you know, this ProRes raw or whatever, the raw footage. Some require raw footage for editing, so that would be raw. So AI based, but it's not only that, it's also the focusing. You see that subject recognition. Okay, so this subject recognition is helping for focusing. You see accurate focus in low light. So basically it's AI is involved. Okay, now what else? Manual focus. Now this camera and that camera, they have mechanical shutter, so you can take pictures in the normal way. But many of those cameras, like with the top cut like this, they only have electronic shutter. So if you like photography, I do like photography, real shutter, not electronic. So you can choose like that. I think easy one is not is not shutter, not mechanical shutter. So okay, magnesium body, so it's not plastic. Focus. Basically this one, let me say formats, recording format. This doesn't go to like Super 35. So for picture 61 megapixel. And now face detection for autofocus. And now let me see. Interesting, this one. Compensation depends on lens specifications. What kind of specifications do you need for the best results? Now I'm looking at you know, those S1, this one, I'm looking at this one. So S1 4K, 4:2 10-bit, 60p and 50p. This is the same 25. This is all exactly the same as other camera. And SI SI for HD, yeah, the same, 222 185. So for video this is the same, but it doesn't have crop. To APS-C it has a crop like 1.2. So whatever lens you have multiplied by 1.2, that's the image you will get. So if you have 24 millimeters multiplied by 1.2, it's gonna be like whatever, 26, 27. Anyway, E-mount. I do like, I think what Japanese should do is to make this camera like Gucci camera. Leave this metallic and this black replaced by something else, some kind of cool surface, handle, maybe even handle. Well, because this small camera is making 61 megapixels. I mean, this kind of style, some people like that minimalistic style, but with a lot of stuff like that. 61 megapixels. This is like medium format. This is like Fuji S, 50S, even more. I don't know how good that is, but probably pretty good. But when you have like a lot of these pixels, they go through processing, the rolling shutter can be a problem. Now, whoever doesn't like rolling shutter, then I would suggest you just look at cameras without rolling shutter, stick sensor. But for me, for travel is okay. I just move slow, not like crazy left and right, you know. But let's say Google. Let's say Google camera with stacked sensor. If you don't mind a bigger weight and all that, to spend more money, this is right now many companies are starting to go to stack sensors, and that is helpful for roll and shutter. So like this, you see Canon R3, that's like right now on shelves, they don't have anything better. So that's kind of like top of the line. R3, Sony A1, Z9, all those expensive ones. And this one, 2500. This is not that expensive. But in general, all the Sony A9, I think I like, suppose this one. How much is it? Check the price. 4 grand. 4.5 grand just for the body. So that would be for if you don't like roll and shutter. But again, these cameras don't have ventilation. You need to shoot during the short time. You know what I mean? I don't see that. Why? Okay. Now this one is good too. I like this one. I don't mind if it's a little bit slower because it has 50 megapixels. This is like medium format and stacked sensor, so this is good for roll and shutter for video. But because no ventilation, it's kind of short time. It's okay. This is even more, 6.5. So basically, expensive cameras, they do have it. In some way, if you want roll and shutter, you know that good stacked sensor. If you don't want to spend a lot of money, I think these cameras are good. I think it's better than your phone. It's a 1-inch sensor. Most phones don't have one-inch sensor. Plus, they don't have stacked sensor. I think all this better than your phone or my phone. But anyway, that's for kind of low end. But if you don't mind to spend money, that's what you look at. This OM1 is Olympus is a small sensor. Small sensor. This is a little bigger. This is APC. This full size. All of them full size. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 cameras. Full size. If you don't mind to spend and you like photography, this should have good specs. Yeah, this is 10-bit 42, even 8K. It has 8K. So anyway, it depends on budget, what people like. But me in general, for vacation, I do like that. You know, it's called A7C2. Or the other one, CR. I think it's pretty good. Now, if you look at video cameras, let's say video cameras, stacked sensor, because some people might like video cameras. Canon. I'm not sure. Basically, you need to search on that because what happens, even if you have good camera, because of rolling shutter, sometimes you cannot shoot the way you want. You have to shoot certain other way. Do not show the rolling shutter. You might see sometimes they shoot very slow, abnormally slow, because they want to avoid big kind of those turns. I'm not sure what is this one, but I believe there are cameras. It doesn't say stack, but you need to search. Let's see. Because some people might, I know some people don't care about cameras, they like to buy a video camera. It's called XD cams. Let me see. It's probably new ones. Let's say Burano. Sony. Some cameras should have, I believe. Yes, text. So this one, Burano, new one. I'm talking to different budget people. This Burano, it's good not only in the way of what it has, but it says stacked sensor. I've seen it. So this one, it's called stacked sensor. Now this camera could be even better than Venice if it's not stacked. In some way this is better. So whoever is thinking about cameras, look at that one. Now let's see if they have FX9. FX9. Probably not. Yeah, it doesn't show stack. So it's kind of latest thing. You see Fujifilm X H2S or smaller cameras or this one. So if you wanna get into new look, better look, I think this is a good one. Probably Venice is not stacked. Let me see. Oops. Probably not. full size. But it doesn't say stacked. So if you wanna look at something, I would suggest look at like this one, Burano, because of the action. You need to be super slow. This might improve certain look, because honestly all that is distortion, motion blur, which is kind of distortion. Or make fuzzy because it make fuzzy because of left and right. Make fuzzy. It's not clear. Anyway, that's all I can say. Have a good time. Bye.